We've just seen the weigh-in for Joyce against Parker, but all the talk, of course, is about the wider heavyweight division and whether we will see Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua get it on this year. Spencer Oliver, you know AJ really well.
I do.
You've seen what Tyson Fury said today. Where do you think this fight is right now?
I think this contracts are very close to being signed. I really do. I know it's a fight that Anthony Joshua wants. He was gifted the opportunity really out of nowhere, you know, so... Yeah, I think it's a fight that I think the contracts will be coming over very shortly. You know, I think that Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua and 258 management have all looked at the contracts. They've all been through it. There's no budging. There's no moving on it. They've got to accept the terms. Fury's give him the opportunity. 60-40 split. And if Joshua wins 50-50 in the return, listen, that is a gift. The gift from the heavens, it really is. And I think Anthony Joshua recognises that. He doesn't have to go through those warm-up process again, you know, with dangerous fights and fights that he could lose. So he may never, ever get that opportunity again. So, oh, mate, this is a real opportunity for Joshua. And I expect those contracts to be signed within the next few days.
The last time we saw Anthony Joshua, he was very emotional, not only in the ring, in the post-fight press conference as well. Have you spoken to him since, and what have you said? Yeah,
listen, I think he just recognised that what he'd done was wrong. I think his head was a little bit all over the place, maybe a slight bit of concussion. I think what happened was he heard the split decision, and when he heard the split decision, he's thinking, I might have this. And then when it obviously the first name that was called out was his name, then it went against him, and I think that was the problem. I think his head just went, he thought, oh, perhaps I've been robbed or whatever. His head weren't quite in there. Someone in his team should have grabbed hold of him, took control of the situation. They didn't. When he threw the belts out of the ring, I think he recognised what's going on in the Ukraine, the Ukrainian people, and Usyk winning the fight the way that he won it. He recognised he'd done wrong, and I think that was the emotional breakdown afterwards. And he said, you know, it was a stupid thing that he'd done, and he just couldn't reverse it. He went in and apologised, but it is what it is, you know. Yeah, and that was it really.
When we left Jeddah in Saudi Arabia, I have to confess, I did think that perhaps we wouldn't ever see this fight. I spoke to Freddie, AJ's manager, the day after, and he said, look, one of the reasons he was so emotional as well is because he felt he'd let the people down because he wanted to deliver the Fury fight. The fact it's there on a plate, do you think that ultimately the desire of both men is going to get this over the line?
Oh, 100%. You know, I think that the obvious fight was going to be Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk, undisputed title, fight that all the fans have been wanting to see for a long time, for that undisputed. Forget who the two fighters are, they just want the undisputed title, and Usyk goes and gets injured. He's out until March, April. Perfect opportunity. The next best fight, and it's an even bigger fight actually than Fury versus Usyk, is Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, Joshua's lucky, he's coming off 2 defeats, he gets the opportunity. Heavyweight boxing, that's what it is. And out of nowhere, like with you, Ben, we was out in Saudi and we thought, that fight's dead and buried in the water. It's one of those great British fights we're never going to see, and now we see it. So, you know, I'm excited about it. Joshua's excited about it. Forget the fact that his confidence is low, etc., etc. It's not low at all. You know, he performed better in the second fight than he did the first fight against Usyk, and this is the fight that he's always wanted, fight that he's chased, and he's up for it. He's up for the challenge.
Let's just finish quickly on the fight we're here to see in Manchester this week. Joseph Parker taking on Joe Joyce. Parker has told me he's incredibly confident. He says he's going to be bigger, stronger, and he's going to knock Joe Joyce out. Joe Joyce is relentless, though. He's been unmovable since he's turned professional. How do you see this one?
I don't think anyone's getting knocked out, that's for sure. I think it goes down to the wire, and I think that Joseph Parker's experience may get him through. He's the guy that's boxing at the high level. He's 30 years of age, Joe Joyce is 37 years of age, but actually it's a coming-of-age fight for Joe Joyce because he's never competed at this level. Fringe contenders, people like Carlos Takam, etc., you know, he's done that, and he's done well in doing that. Taking nothing away from him, he's looked good in what he's done, but Christian Hammer last time out, I thought Joe Joyce was taking too many shots, and I said, listen, if he boxes at a certain level, he won't be able to take those shots. There's only so many shots you can take. Parker is a different kettle of fish. You know, he is a step up, and he's been looking good under the watchful eye of Andy Lee and in the camp with Tyson Fury, etc. Has added that confidence that he's needed. And I think timing is great for Joseph Parker. You know, it's for WBO interim world heavyweight title. We got the number 1, number 2. I think it was a great fight to make. And for me, I lean towards Parker on a razor-tight decision.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Spencer Oliver, as ever on Sky Sports News. Of course, the heavyweight division is so exciting. We mentioned these two men, but we're also hoping, everyone here, that we do finally see an announcement around Fury and AJ.